What's going on, YouTube? We here back with y'all with another one. Fixing to put doing oil change on there. The first oil change since I've gotten the bike. But yeah, we're fixing to do an oil change, and I already did the a coolant flush, and I got a new filter. Y'all, the oil that we'll be using is and I use this on all my bikes, or both of my bikes rather. And it takes, this is a big bike, and they say it takes like almost 3.5 when you're like 3.6, 3.7 quarts. And so we're gonna be putting all this in there. I already changed the oil filter. As I said, I already drained the oil. I'm just gonna show you guys, how to put it in. There's a window right here because there's no dipstick inside of here, so there's no dipstick. We have to look at the glass right here. There's a glass that tells you if it's full or not. And before I dump the old oil out, I made sure to run the bike for like maybe 10 minutes, just to get it warmed up, get that oil warmed up, so it'll come out easier. So most of it'll come out. Also, I will be checking to see if this right here was my problem, my overheating problem right here. This is the radiator coolant, coolant temp sensor right here. Also, I replaced what is it called? The engine coolant temp sensor also. So both of those sensors got replaced. Also, let me warn you guys about this. Sometimes you don't know your own strength, right? So as I was taking off the hoses to drain the engine, flush, do like a coolant flush, as I was taking off the hose, these hoses right here had been on there for a minute, for a while, and it was hard to come off the radiator right here. And so I ended up breaking this thing the neck right here. I ended up breaking this neck right here, and I had to replace the whole entire radiator, the lower radiator. The top one is still good. So I'm debating on whether or not if I want to keep this switch. This switch is for to turn the fans on, so I'm debating if I want to keep it. And if I do keep it, I want to install it right here. Take it's a little plate right here. This is a little plastic like cover right here. You can take it off, it'll come out, and there'll be a hole right there, and I can put this switch in there, figure out a way to put that in there. But yeah, guys, they said that's a common issue on these older bikes, especially this Suzuki TL1000, that this thing, these hoses get stuck on there after being on there for so long, and then when you try to take them off, these necks end up snapping. So it could have been this one, it could have been that one, it could have been, but this one was the hardest one, I guess, because it's the biggest one. So but yeah, so like I said, I'm gonna get these get this off so that I can go ahead and add the oil. I already drained it. Like I said, I drained it earlier. I drained the coolant. I did a coolant flush on it. And mind you, see all the coolant down there on the ground right there. Because I forgot the little plug right here. It's a plug that goes down here. I don't know if you guys can see it. Probably right there. If you can see what it's got all these wires in the way. But right here, if you can see this with my fingers touching right here. My fingers touching it. This plug right here, this bolt right here, it helps to, completely flush the system. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this. This thing has been had seen better days, I guess. This thing is, I may have to get a new one that I can come, I'm able to get off a lot easier, because this one is hard. This one is hard to get off. I have to take it off and put it on with you guys see that thing is seen better days, but it's hard to get off, and that's my only thing. I don't know if I should get a new one. And then this case has like, you can see that like this thing has like some type of, it was cross threading, and so that, I don't know if that's plastic or what. I think it's plastic, and it was cross threading going into the engine, which is going into the clutch, which is not good. Yeah, it was cross threading. I'm just taking this stuff out because when I go to put that top back on, I don't want all that stuff going down off in there. It's probably some already in there, but all this won't be in there. That'll make me feel better. As long as all this won't be in there. It's probably, like I said, it's probably already some in there, but, and that's good enough right there. But go ahead and try to pour this oil in there. Close that screen because them flies and bugs. So I'm gonna start with a whole new quart, and like I got 4, and I think I got a quarter of one right there. So I'll probably do 3. Probably do 3 of them, and then after we do the 3, I'll probably dump that quarter in there and then lean the bike over and see what the glass shows, if it shows full. But yeah, man, the weather's been cold, so I haven't been doing nothing to the bike. I've been putting it up. I've just had it covered up. This filter, this funnel will fall out, but it's hard to do this with 2 hands, or 1 hand, should I say. I don't want that funnel to fall out of there. Yeah, I'm keep this screen closed, so keep opening it. So yeah, guys, it's just a normal FLUIDS. Like I said, the FLUIDS official oil change. I don't know if it was done, how long ago it was done, but I can tell you this: that oil is black. That oil is black, and so I'll feel a lot better putting fresh fluids in here. I may even do change the spark plugs, because I don't know how old those are, but I mean, it fires right up. It has no problem starting. So that's 2 down, and we're gonna go to the 3rd one. Do the 3rd one, and like I said, put that quarter that I have right there. That's a quarter. This is a quarter one right here. We'll put that one in there and lean the bike over and check the glass, the sight glass, and see how full it is. Pouring oil with style. Look at that. With style. Huh? Like you pour your drinks. Like you a bartender fixing the bike a drink. Yeah, so that's 3 down, and like I said, I'm gonna put this quarter of a bottle in there that I had from my Ninja clone oil change. There was a lot of oil come up out of there. I know that. That thing was dripping for days. Days. I mean, I'll fire it up here in a minute when I get done with this and let you guys hear it. And I want to see if it's gonna get up to those temperatures that it was getting up to before I got this changed out. The other one was bad. So I'm gonna put this back on there and try to thread it on, because it's like I said, it's the casing is been cross threaded. So hopefully I can get it to go back on there straight without cross threading it. Looks like the best way. I did a good job right there. So I'm putting this on because I believe that's enough oil, and if it's not, I'll go ahead and take this back off and put more in it. So I'm not going to tighten that down too much, but I want to see the sight glass, see how much oil we got in there, see if it's close to full. Then, I mean, I ain't gonna put no more oil in it. I'll just have that bottle, that other quart right there for the next oil change. But I want to see. Oh yeah, we full. Y'all can see that. Look. See that sight glass right there? I lean the bike over, sit straight up, and it shows full. That's what you want to see right there. So now what I do is I'm gonna start it. I'm gonna fire it up. Fire it up, and then we're gonna go from there. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and fire her up now. I got her over up to the side so we can fire her up and see if she runs. I'm gonna have to hold the phone or set the phone down. Let's see. Do this right here like this. I don't know about somebody said somebody in the comments about some tappets or whatever. It was making like it was a lot louder. I'm just gonna say that the engine, you can hear the tappets inside of the engine. They were a lot louder, but I guess it's because that oil that was in there was old, had been in there for a while, and now it's a lot quieter. It's a lot quieter. Temperature, as I said, the temperature is going up. It's going up to 105, 104. I wanted to get up to like 108. Went back down to 103. So that tells me right there that the engine temp sensor that I changed out, is working. Now I have to see if the other, the radiator coolant temp sensor is working also. That if it is working, it should kick the fans on at about 122, 121, 122, something like that. But so we're at 110 now. Quieter. I started it earlier before I did the oil change, and there was smoking. I don't know what the smoke was coming from, but it was sitting, and I thought it was because of old oil just sitting down in there. It was coming from down there by the exhaust. So I thought that oil was just sitting because they got the Yoshi full exhaust on there, slip on. They did a power command on there. You have to have that because you got all that extra air leaving the bike now, pushing out of the back of the bike, out of the exhaust. Okay, so we're at 118, 119. Let's see. That's it, guys. We test drove it. The fans kicking on. The temperature didn't get no hotter than 241, 242. That was it. Yeah, man. It's she's running like a champion now, man. She's running like a champion. She got fresh fluid in there, and that's all she needed. A little TLC. You know, all she needed was some TLC. That's it. Just a little TLC. And you can see that oil is black. I'm gonna put all the fairings back on it. Put all the fairings back on it and call it a day, man. Like, comment, and subscribe. Y'all like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I got more. Like I said, I got a suspension that I need, the rear suspension I need to do. So y'all stay tuned for that. Yeah, but I'm gonna do as much as I can, as much as the weather affords me. So two-wheel love, y'all stay true to y'allself. Peace.